Now, this is a test I have been wanting to do for a while. Grand Theft Auto 5 remains one of the biggest, most complex open-world games out there, not to mention an insanely popular one, and therefore remains a bit of an intense game for low-end computers. What better game to put the Intel Celeron IntelHD combo that I have been so enamored with the past few weeks? You might be surprised at the result we get, with some sacrifices. Welcome to the LowSpecGamer, the show where I find ways of reducing games to make them run on low-end computers under their minimum requirements, and on this episode, we're coming back to GTA 5, this time on an IntelHD. GTA 5 is a 2015 game running on the Rockstar Rage engine, and it asks for a 2.4 GHz Intel Core 2 quad and at least an NVIDIA GeForce 9800 GT. That's lower than I remember. I guess the minimum requirements of the newer games have burned me out. I'll be using the $20 Intel Celeron G1840 with its included IntelHD, and this is going to turn out to be an interesting choice, as you will notice in a second. I'm going to start with all the settings to the lowest as usual, but on my old GTA 5 video, which I hope you never watch because it is one of the first videos I made, I cringe every time I see it, and I had no idea what I was doing, and it's somehow one of my most popular videos. Where was I? Oh yes, there are a couple of things I missed or failed to explain there. The first thing I wanted to talk about is frame scaling mode under advanced graphics. I did not know about this before, but this setting is basically an internal resolution scaler that will allow you to cut the internal resolution while leaving a readable UI. Very useful if you have a low-end GPU. I'm going to leave the game on 720 and internal resolution at half. While benchmarking, I'll notice the GPU bottleneck most still sections of the game, but any part that involves moving around the map causes this poor cheap CPU to struggle to keep the game going, which leads to a ton of stuttering in these areas. This was surprisingly fixable by using an FPS limiter. If you can get the game to at least close to 30 FPS, you can set the B-sync of the game to half in order to limit the game to 30 FPS, and the stuttering will be gone. If you're closer to say 20 and you want to limit it there, you can use Afterburner for that by adding GTA 5 to Returner options and setting a limit. Okay, but what if you need a little help with getting to that 20 or 30 FPS? The first thing I'm going to do is to remind you that you can disable shadows by going into Documents, Rockstar Games, GTA 5, Settings.xml, and you can change shadow quality to 0. This already represents a huge boost and will work while playing offline. The other things are a couple of mods I had not tried before, but these are offline only. All the mods and tools needed are in links in the description. The first comes courtesy of this Reddit thread on the LowSpecGamer subreddit that inspired me to make this video. Thanks, RefresherMancer420. You can install a trainer, which is a script that allows you to manipulate the world of the game. This is usually used for horsing around, but you can also use it to give you an unexpected FPS boost. To install a trainer, all you need to do is to download this hook and move these two files into the directory where you install GTA 5. I will be using the simple trainer by moving these two files downloaded from there into the installation directory. While in-game, you can open the trainer with F4, and in the first page of options, you can disable all cards and extra pedestrians, leaving only key missing characters. You can turn them back on at any moment if you need it, but do not underestimate the boost of disabling so many objects, even if it affects your game experience a little bit. Oh, I made a mistake. My thing is gone. Now I have nothing to write. Hello? Anybody? This is like a weird, unintentional zombie apocalypse game. And as you can see, like, things that are important for the map are still there, like this Pinewood tourism thing, but everything else is just gone. You can make this change default by going into the settings file of the trainer and changing no cars and no pets to 1. Hey, but maybe you still want pedestrians. Better if they look like this, right? This is GTA 5 Extreme Low-End Mod. While this has been discontinued, it still seems to work pretty well on single player, not only by reducing the level of details of these things, but also by cutting the draw distance of the game and pretty much removing all grass. Download the mod to get all the files you need, and before modding, I will highly recommend you back up your GTA 5 installation directory in case you want to unmod the game. To install this mod, you need to install OpenIB, the GTA 5 modding tool. Hello, this is Alex from the future. While editing this video, Take-Two decided to kill OpenIV. I decided to leave this part on the video anyway because it is interesting, but be aware this mod might or might not work. If there's any way to still use OpenIV, I will leave it in the description. Back to the video. After you have it installed and specified where you install GTA 5, you can press this button over here to enter edit mode and install the plugins needed for the mod. Do not try playing online with this installed, don't say I didn't warn you. The file structure itself will tell you where to move the files. For the grass removal, you take these files and move them into common.rpf data. Then these files need to be copied into update.rpf, common, data, time cycle. Just move them all over. And finally, for the blocky NPCs, you have a bunch of options. I will use the most extreme low-end one. This file will go into the data folder inside update that we were just a moment ago.
That's a good-looking tree. Also no grass. This is going to be an interesting trip. The game's doing really well with the FPS limiter. I want to see what happens if I remove it. See, you can see the micro stuttering that I commented as the CPU is trying to catch in. Performance is much better than I expected so far, but you can see how it freezes from time to time when it's trying to do new stuff. Still pretty, even without that, it's pretty manageable. Oh dear. We are reaching the limit of the loaded world. Yeah, the game's having a lot of trouble loading. So I'm going to just turn that break in. See? Butter smooth performance. Yes. Gee, this is really interesting. Good thing I have. Whoop! Now this is a much bigger challenge than I expected. Oh, there it goes. Loaded a little bit more. Just needed a little bit of time, I guess. Well, this is going to be a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Welcome to the... Oh! Okay, that wasn't expected. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't see! No, wow. I don't know if I would recommend this draw distance while flying. Oh, better get out of the way. Hello, sir, you're looking... I don't even have comments for this. Oh boy.
That is all for this video. This has been an interesting experiment. GTA 5 continues to be an interesting game to try and run on all sorts of configurations. When this video is out, I might be out on a little adventure, but if you have any questions or comments, you can get me on social media or the growing LowSpecGamer subreddit, or you can just share memes. Thank you to all Patreon contributors. I will see you on the next video.